What's going on, guys? It's Chris from Chris Likes Bikes. It's a nice balmy, or I guess brisk Saturday morning here in Jersey. It's like 42 degrees right now. After a week of really nasty storms and I guess earthquakes now. You know, figured I'd get out, stretch the legs of the E8R a little bit. You know, go grab a cup of coffee, get some breakfast, and I'm also going to stop over at my local dealership and check out a Ducati. They've got a demo day going on today, so they have the Panigale V2, the DesertX, which is really one of my favorite ADVs, sick bike, and a scrambler. So yeah, I want to see if I can hop on the DesertX, just take it for a little test ride, and you know, tell you what I think, and then maybe get a Panigale V2 if time permits. We'll see what happens. And if my GoPro decides to work. I actually already filmed an intro, and it turns out my GoPro was not recording, even though it said it was. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. I digress. And any other silly silly excuse for just going on a rant. So anyway, yeah, so let's go grab some coffee, grab something to eat, and then we'll go test ride some bikes. I guess today's Chris hits every light day. All right, now that I got some coffee in me and a nice little pork roll, egg and cheese sandwich from one of my favorite places, Cafe 360 in Freehold, I'm heading on over to the dealership. Gonna see if I can hop on one of those Ducatis and take it for a ride. Now, I will say it is super windy right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I certainly can. You know, I'm not getting blown all over the place, but it's definitely definitely a biting wind. You know, it's about 46 now, and you know, that little bit of wind really gets to you. Thankfully, I'm layered up, and hopefully, if I get on that DesertX, it's got the heated hand grips, because that'd be great. But we'll see. Alright, well, I'm about 12 to 15 minutes away from there, and I'll see you when I get there. Over good old Xtreme Machines. Let's see what they got going on today. This thing's so cool. I love the headlights. Holy cow. On my way here, I was getting blown over. I'm like, holy crap.
It's not gonna happen. Because you can't you're not that guy. This thing is awesome.
Is it? I love the way it looks. It's just, it looks so sick.
When you downshift in the lower gears, it pops. It's so
Oh, really? Is it quick shift or no?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm so used to it now with the 8R, so it's like, I hopped my R3 the other day, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta use my clutch. I forgot what this is like.
Switched to a KTM Duke 690, and it doesn't have one, and I'm like missing it.
Oh. Yeah, I was looking at the new, what's it, 890 SMT.
Yeah.
They're pretty sick. I was gonna consider it, but when I saw the 8R last December when they announced it, I'm like, man, that's a sick bike. You know, Suzuki's actually doing something. Like, maybe I should go with that, and I did. I actually got the first one on the East Coast too.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I ran here like right after they announced it. I went to John, and I'm like, bro, you gotta get me an 8R. He's like, a what? I'm like, go on Google. He looked up. He goes, oh, sick.
I want to see the new mono when it comes out.
Yeah, yeah. I saw somebody comment on Instagram. They're like, you got a mono? Yeah, they're gonna be pretty cool. It's a thumper too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's a lot like the 690 SMTR or something.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out this year. You got the mono, the 8R came out. You got the Daytona 660.
Yeah, I'm
That.
that
Oh, really? Because they called it. I knew you were gonna say that.
The Daytona's like my favorite bike ever. I had an R for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I want another one. It's between that another Daytona and one of those. So.
Yeah.
DesertX, sir.
Thank you, sir. Oh. Who is so tall? It's so tall. Oop. It's so tall.
I know. Don't forget you have this down too.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. It better not be fucking Chris. I swear to God. Hey, be careful on this.
Hey, am I recording?
Are you recording?
I don't know. It better be.
Blinking red, right?
All right, good.
Yeah.
Oh, this feels so weird. It's so tall. Well, this is different. It's so weird going from a sport bike to an ADV. It's so tall compared to what I'm used to. And yeah, I'm really not used to the gearing on this thing at all. I mean, obviously, you know, the 8R and the R3 are a lot different than this bike is. But yeah, I'm not going to get too much time on this, unfortunately. But man, it feels light. Ooh, shit. Touchy. This thing is really, really easy to ride. Oh my goodness. You're up so high. It feels like there's nothing here. Ooh, okay. Ooh, it's tall. This thing's so fucking tall. This thing's sick. Alright, so what did I think about the DesertX for the about 10 minutes that I rode it? You know, I wish I actually got some more time on it. I understand it's just a demo event, so it's not going to be anything crazy and kind of like a, you know, really long ride. But it's really interesting coming from a sporty, you know, sport adjacent motorcycle and going to something tall like an adventure bike like that. You know, that's the first time I've ever ridden an adventure bike before. It's the first time I've ever ridden something with, you know, more than 100 horsepower. So it was very, yeah, it was really interesting, you know, moving up to something like that. I've always liked the DesertX. I think it's a really cool looking motorcycle. And now that I've had a chance to at least get some seat time, I could say that that's something I would probably consider later on. You know, I want to get more experience with this bike, obviously, with the 8R. So yeah, let's talk about some of the great things about it. The power is excellent, obviously. It's 100 horsepower. You know, the throttle is just excellent. It's very direct. And, you know, it throws you back. It's a little bizarre coming from something that has, you know, you got something behind your butt to at least catch you. You know, I kind of felt like I was going to fly off that thing if I really gunned it. But, you know, and it feels like it wants to do a wheelie, too. You know, it definitely wants to get that wheel up. But, you know, all the traction control and stuff like that really takes good care of that. The brakes on it felt pretty excellent. You know, I kind of hammered on them to see how they felt. The feel, like the weight of it, rather, you really can't feel the weight. You know, I guess being so high up like that, it really helps. You know, with a raised center of gravity, you can kind of, like, you know, really lean over. Obviously I wasn't leaning or anything like that because we were going relatively slow. But it felt way lighter than it really is. I mean, a bike like that, you would expect it to feel kind of like, I don't know, chunky. That was not the case here. It felt, honestly, it felt lighter than my 8R. It felt lighter than my 8R. That was really surprising. Some of the things I didn't like about it, the clutch is like, it's kind of like far out. You know, I was kind of trying to see where it was in the middle of the ride when we were stopped. You know, I was just kind of trying to feel it out. And I mean, the bite is like way high, which isn't really a bad thing per se. Maybe to me it's just something I'm not used to. I'm used to kind of a bit more of a direct clutch engagement. That was really it. Oh, by the way, heated hand grips, that's a great thing, and I wish I could have tried cruise control because I don't have either of those. But I did use the heated hand grips, and they do work. On a day like today, they're really nice to have, especially, you know, having those you know, having the hand guards. You know, that's a really cool feature as well. That's really nice to have. So yeah, that's the first adventure bike I've ever ridden, like I said, and I really want to try some other ones. There was actually somebody there with an Africa Twin. He was a customer. That's something I would really like to try out. And maybe, well, yeah, definitely I want to try out the 890 SMT, which isn't an adventure bike. It's a supermoto touring bike, whatever that means. But yeah, I like the way that looks. It's got that 890 in it. It's a great motor, it seems like. And, you know, it's a KTM, so you know what you're getting with a KTM. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to let this guy go, and then I'm going to enjoy the rest of my ride. And you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Later.